Good afternoon, Ricardo. How have you been getting on?
I'm better now. I struggled in the first days after returning home with the pains, and it was difficult and not be able to do anything or almost anything by my own. I'll need help to get up to do the small rehab that I'm already doing, but I feel better each day.
It came as such a bad surprise to all of us, Ricardo, the injury, and I'm sure it came as such a surprise to you as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was it because in the game I felt something was not right. I felt that I had something, but not as serious as the results. But and normally in this kind of injuries, you have a lot of pains. You know straight away that you have something. But in my case, that did happen, and it was a shock, even bigger for me.
I don't know what the recovery has been like for you, because presumably when you've had other injuries in your career, when you're coming back from them, you're constantly seeing the physios, seeing the doctors, getting updates. But in this current situation, obviously that has become very difficult.
Yeah, in the beginning, there's not a lot you can do, but normally you go to the training ground. Maybe if you don't go every day, but you go twice a week or 3 times a week, something like that. So it's a new situation for me, and I believe for everybody.
I gather you've got some support from your family though, where you are at the moment.
Yeah, I have my mom here. She came 2 days before the operation, and I had here my girlfriend at the time it happened, so it was important and good for me to have someone by my side.
Yeah, I think that's vitally important for everybody out there that's watching this, that during this time of having to stay at home and the social distancing, just to keep in touch with family is important, whether it's over calls like this or those that you've got inside your family in your house.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes I'm talking with my mom or with my girlfriend, and we say sometimes a little bit boring, or you cannot go out for a walk or something. And but then on the other side, you think maybe there are people are passing this alone, and it's a lot more difficult for them. But I think for our health, it's important to stay home and not be in contact with other people to reduce the.
Moving forward, how's the injury recovery going to work, do you think? Will you be sent through information booklets of maybe exercises that you need to do? This is obviously a little bit further down the line.
Yeah, I think it depends of the situation, how this is going to get forward. But I think it will be around that. Video calls will be giving me the exercise I need to do to start improving, to start going step by step in my rehab. We didn't talk straight away how it's gonna be, but I think it will be around that.
What have you been doing to keep yourself busy? A lot of television, maybe reading some books?
A lot of being seated, laying down in the couch, watching TV, watching some series, chatting. Unfortunately, I can't do much more than that.
Have you got any television series that you would recommend to Leicester fans out there? What are you watching at the moment?
At the moment, I finished Vis-a-Vis. It's a Spanish series that I think it have some of the actors are the same as the Casa de Papel. So it's a nice series to watch. I just finished yesterday.
That was the Money Heist one.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Yeah.
On a football point of view now, and something that I'm sure made you smile during this very tough time for yourself. The Leicester fans were voting for their all-time Leicester Premier League 11, and you comprehensively were voted as the right back in that team. So I was just wondering what your reaction was to that.
It's very good to be in that position, being picked by the Leicester supporters, between a lot of players. Some players that I don't know, some players that I know, like Danny Simpson, who was in the team that won the Champions League. So it's I feel proud because of that and happy.
You're an immensely popular player amongst the Leicester City fans because you clearly enjoy playing your football and they certainly enjoy watching you play your football.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think it's one of the things sometimes I talk with some friends and I say it's important to enjoy football. When we started to play, it was just for fun and to be happy. And I think, of course, now we have more responsibility. We have a lot of people that are working for us and we have to give offer for them, but we have to enjoy too and cannot forget that part of football, that it's being happy in what you do and having fun too.
Of course, and you've been at Leicester now for nearly 2 years. How have you found your time? Can you sum up your time with the Foxes so far?
I summed it a very good time. It was a very good period for me. I played almost every games here. I think I improved since I arrived here, and it was easier for me here in this club to adapt to the championship, to adapt to a new country, a new culture, and you made it all easier for me. Well, that's for sure.
Well, thank you very much, Ricardo. I'm sure the fans will love to hear that. Thank you for catching up with us. Just before we do let you go, could you just give a little message to the fans, obviously, that are watching this, that are having to follow the government guidelines and stay indoors? Just how important is it that fans follow that to help save lives?
I think it's crucial because if we want this to be over or not to be as dangerous that it's being, we have to take these measures. We have to respect. We have to stay home. We have to be isolated, not to compromise even more the situation as it is, and to help the NHS. It's very important because we don't want to arrive to a time that they won't have hands to deal with everyone there. So we don't want that to arrive, and we have to be safe and be home and be careful and be patient too.